Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from SJR, and he's in the Halland, at tier 10, an European destroyer. He's on the map Loop, 3-point domination game, pure tier 10 battle. There are 2 raiders, and there is a carrier and there is a sub, so yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Now the carrier is already here, and he has spawned a fighter plane to keep the cap spotted. Now the good news is Halland anti-air is strong enough to actually deal with a fighter plane. So I guess there is that. Now we have some fishes in the water against the enemies. We can also see that the Salem and the Puerto Rico are both coming over here. So isn't that nice? Basically 2 raiders are here, the subs here that has been spotted, and the carrier is also being a nuisance around. Yeah, sorry SJR. We're gonna have so much fun, I guess. Anyway, speaking of fun things, he has already scored 2 torpedo hits, which is quite nice. And the planes are back to spot him again. And they are dropping him. Now on the bright side, he's actually camping and he has some reasonable cover here with these islands. Of course, the Harugumo could shoot him and the Republic could shoot him. They currently aren't, which is good news, because otherwise he'd be in a lot of trouble. Now the friendly area has also put the fighter plane here to help out. And Halland's anti-air is going in. Oh my god, is this going to be like an awkward nose torp? Oh, this is such an awkward torp. Come on, dodge! Dodge, no, you're overturning! You're overturning! Ah, almost. Thankfully, it's not that much damage. But, here we go. Cap has been taken. The friendlies are also very successful on the other side, where the enemy just seems to be running away. Now here on this flank, the enemy seems quite aggressive. We shall see if the friendlies can hold that off. Now the good news is Halland has a reasonable torpedo range, because with the 2 raiders and the sub and the planes always around, SJR will have issues getting too close to the enemy ships.
Attention. Reporting a target
but,
position.
you know, as long as they can just hold this camp, it's gonna be fine. That the friendlies do have more of the capture points, and oh, those are some very nice torp hits. Now on the other flank, for some reason both destroyers are going center. It would be better if only one went and the other would still be on the right flank spotting. Also there's a cyclone coming, by the way. Now the cyclone might change a lot of things, but it's still a few minutes out. So we shall see. The Republic is getting low on health. We have some more fishes in the water. The Puerto Rico is coming close here, so SJR might already be in radar range. We don't have vision on it just yet, but assuming it... Oh yeah, there's the radar. There is the radar. Now he can either turn away and increase his distance, or he could just hug this island for some cover. And again, as long as nobody's shooting him, I guess he can just continue on his way. And oh, there is the sub. Well, I mean, we knew the sub was around here. Now we see where it currently is. This Yamato is going to have so much fun. Speaking of fun, though, that's some nice torpedoes. Now the radar has gone its course for now, and SJR is approaching the Harugumo. And his plane spotted. Of course he is. At least there weren't that many planes left in that squadron, so he was able to deal with those. The Puerto Rico's radar is on cooldown for now, but he still can't push in closer to the Harugumo. The Harugumo now knows where he is.
Requesting fire support.
Meanwhile, the friendlies are actually 1 ship behind, but they are doing very well on the objective side. The friendly destroyers have successfully taken the center and are now moving in more towards the ships on the right side. And oh, this Demon is on low health. Puerto Rico here is in retreat, which gives SJR a little bit more breathing room to maneuver outside of raiders, but then again he's currently approaching exactly a sub. And if he isn't careful, he's gonna get pinged there by accident, but he dodged the ping and he's also dodging those torps that are homing for probably the Des Moines behind him. Or maybe the Kurfürst, who knows.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Now, Halland's depth charges are shot in the front, which makes them really awkward to use. Technically, it means you don't have to be on top of the sub, but they are very hard to aim. And generally, I would consider them the worst depth charges in the game, simply because the way they are launched and with no indication of where they drop, it makes them really much of a nuisance to use. There's also the fact that you basically aim with your nose, and every little bit of nose movement might throw off depth charges. But be that as it may, hey, planes are back! Finally, SGI is spotted again, right? And there's a Venezia shooting. That could hurt, but he mostly accelerates out of it. And we have some torps going for the Salem. There we go, that's it. So the good news is there is one less raider, and oh, hello Harugo. Now the Harugomo is low, but Harugomo also hurts a lot. SGI is going for armor piercing since he sees a lovely broadside here. Harugomo is smoking up, which denied the Harugomo vision. And SGI escapes. He's used his heal, but you could already see just how much DPM a Harugomo has. This was getting dicey here almost. It's good that not too many enemies had shots there. If the Venezia could have helped, it might have spelled doom. But it all went very well. Now, the friendlies are one ship ahead by now, but mostly it's just the objectives. Because the enemy team has ignored objectives for the entire match so far. Oh wait, there's a sub. Yeah, the enemy team will have a hard time coming back here. So SJR got a few shells in there, should probably be shooting high explosive against the sub, but it was some nice damage there regardless.
Torpedoes to starboard.
We can even see an oil spill, so SJR is going to approach it. I presume that sub's gonna reverse. Now on the less bright side there is a Puerto Rico close. Okay, the sub's on the surface, so it can be shot. And this is some awkward torps, but he managed to snake through them. And he's pinged again. Of course he is. He's also raided and in front of a Venezia's guns. Let's hope the Venezia is busy otherwise. And now he's regularly detected. Okay, sub is on the surface again. Can he sink it? No. Sub's already too deep once more, but this could be in depth charge range. Now he has to point his nose before he launches them, and now yeah, exactly. Now he's going for the depth charges, and will he get it? Yes, nice, nice. Oh, hello Puerto Rico. Fancy meeting you here. Now there is no hydro currently running. I mean, let's just face it, those torps are going to be relatively obvious, but they might still hit because, yeah, Puerto Rico did not dodge. Ah, nicely done. And somehow the enemy team managed to completely evaporate in the last few minutes, so friend is already at 990 something, and this is a win, basically. Well, okay, the friend has just lost the ship, but regardless. So, SJR is actually going to get close enough to spot the carrier before it's all over, but unfortunately, there just isn't enough time to actually sink it. 980 points, and the enemy will not sink a friendly ship here to prolong it. So that carrier gets to live. Well, it's a shame that there wasn't any time for a carrier Kraken kill, but regardless, very well played by SJR, and a very nice battle. It was kind of exciting. He was facing a carrier, a sub, 2 raiders, and still he prevailed and dominated the flank. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.